Hello, hello. Okay. Oh, that's fine. I'm just prattling on to myself. You know, it's all good. Yeah, so anyway. Okay, all I was saying was I'm gonna set up my Instagram stream since I had to restart anyway. I just feel silly that all happened. Oh, man, Instagram, though, is kind of hard to... I wish there was a better way. What I need to get is like a little camera stand, you know, like a little tripod. Because right now, I should take a picture of my setup. Well, I think you guys have seen it. Where do I put you? Microphone. It's just like 3 rolls of duct tape with my phone wedged in the top roll, and then it's like tilted. That's my setup for Instagram. It's kind of silly. But anyway. Oh, hey idea. Alright, let's start my Insta stream here. So yeah, sorry about that little hiccup. It's only, you know, 40 minutes after I'm supposed to be streaming now. I guess I did stream for, like, work for a little bit before I had to turn it off. But still. Gosh darn it. Anyways, how is everybody? Let me try and make up for lost time here. Oh wait, music. I knew something was missing. Wait a minute, why is it so quiet? Classical music. Play all. I think I'd already heard this one. I want to go. It's a little kind of intense. Oh shoot, you know what I forgot to do as well? I forgot to change my Twitch and my YouTube details about the stream. Hang on. Why am I so behind? I always forget something. I knew it was too good to be true that an update was the only thing holding me back. Oh, I don't know what that was. There was a sound just now. Hey, Ryu! What are you doing? Aw, why are you cheering me so many bits? You're so sweet. Thank you. You are so nice. Hey, sis. How you doing? I'm just being all late to stuff, you know. Having all kinds of issues. Alright, I'm gonna delete this video. Oh, that really bugs me that I can't do that. I guess I'll have to do it later, because there's no option to do that. Live stream. For the most part, I need to change all of my stuff, because it still says that I'm sculpting, and it's not supposed to say that. So, I'm glad to know that my alerts still work, though. Thank you for that. Also, just for helping me. Illustration. Because I had to update everything, and now my stream bot is saying yes, which apparently was not on. So I'm not sure how that alert worked. To be honest, I thought it couldn't work if my bot wasn't on. I'm so confused right now. Hey, Peachy. I don't understand anything that's going on at the moment. Amen, Ryu! Hallelujah! Aw, thanks, Ryu. Yeah, I don't know why all this is happening. Everything's falling apart right now. Because, yeah, it says, I don't know if you can see this on the screen, but it says Streamlabs connection, your token has become invalid due to some recent changes. So I'm not sure how the alert worked, but I guess since it worked, at least on my end it showed. Did it show on your end? It showed on my end. So I'm hoping that means everything's okay. But yeah. Okay, let me change this. Illustration. Fairy tales. Cinderella. Murderous. Alright. Gosh. Okay, that's done. Now I just gotta take it out of the sculpting community because, duh, not actually sculpting. Illustration, painting, and drawing. I think those are good. Alright, let's get this thing saved, and I will continue where I left off. Thank you for your amazing patience. Okay, hang on. Just got done fielding DA notifications, that new character. Oh, good. Yeah, it was really well done. And although the bot helps you keep track, the bot and your alerts are technically separate. Okay, well that's good to know, because I'm glad, because otherwise it would be horrible right now. Because I would not have anything. Cinderella has a dark, dark secret. I don't know. I'm just putting something in other than Frankie the Draken. Illustrate. Our Overlord? Wait, is that me? Am I the Overlord? Oh dear. Okay, I think that's saved. Stream health is poor. Sorry if it's really, like, glitchy right now, guys. Okay, I'm just closing everything. Closing, closing, closing. Alright, hopefully it'll be good. Yeah, my DA notifications are pretty bad too, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I watch a lot of artists on DeviantArt, and I don't keep up very well with journals. I actually cleared these a few months ago, but as you can see, probably shouldn't be showing this live, but as you can see, I've got, you know, that's actually pretty low. That's a pretty good number for me. It's usually like in the 4,000s, so I know that looks like a lot, but like that's pretty, I did this like a few months ago, so, you know, that's not too bad. And then just like tons of journals I end up not catching up very well on them. Anyway. You so look the part. What do me? I look the part of an overlord? Oh yeah. Yeah, you know me. For a second I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, they're messing with me. I think. I hope. I mean, I am wearing black. Black is the color of evil. Sorry. I was really thirsty. I just ate a whole bunch of salty crackers and brie while I was stressing about my stream not being up. However, it is work time now, so let's do that. So yeah, just, whoop, gotta sneeze. I don't know where to go. Excuse me. Okay. Has he missed typing? Oh, is that their fault? My sunglasses are, oh. You guys, I don't know how, that must be why I look like such an easy target. I just constantly, like, don't have my act together. I don't know when this happened. I feel like I used to be more on top of things. Maybe it was because I'm not a teacher anymore. I just don't feel the need to be constantly doing everything right. Oh, jeez. Anyway. Oh, hey, Border. Yes, I had a slight malfunction. I had to go restart my computer to fix, unfortunately. Phones can do that. Looks at your closet. Oh, yeah, Ryu does have a lot of black. Or I guess we're both overlords. Like, that's just what happens. You know what? I just realized her shoulder is so completely wrong. How did I not even see that before? Like, she just has no neck muscle. It just goes from neck to shoulder. What was I thinking? Oh my. Oh, look, suddenly anatomy. Excellent. Actually, I kind of want that. I like that little frill there. Leave it poking out. How is Ruru? Oh dear, is that Ryu? Have you ever told them? Well, maybe I shouldn't publicize that. I have not heard anyone call Ryu a name of that manner in a very long time. Let's just say that. Pleasant surprise from Moons. What happened? What was your pleasant surprise? Share stories! I love stories. We just had story time with Dream right before my stream died. Oh, I forgot to get back on Discord. Shoot. Should I leave that up so people... Yeah, I probably should at least have it open in the browser so that people can see my alert. Okay. Back to drawing. Yeah. So anyway, working on this illustration for this book. Yeah, this is like a pretty... Anyway. Sorry, I'm responding to 2 chats now. So this is a pretty big project that I've taken on here. 32 illustrations, and luckily for me there's not a super hard deadline, but I don't want it to drag out too long, so I'm kind of trying to keep myself on track with this one. It's been taking precedence over things. Just because she's been, like, we've been kind of in the works on this for like over a year now. part of that was because she wasn't sure about what she wanted, and then I wasn't sure about what she wanted. But we got it worked out. So hopefully this book will be coming out. I'm hoping she'll have it like printing this fall. But it is called Weary Tales, and it's like a creepy retelling of stories from, hey guys, over there on Insta, of stories from like classic fairy tales and stuff. So yeah, yep. Oh, Casey, one of these days to do a collab piece. We both have spare time. One of us does sketch and the other does the coloring. Yeah, sure. I could do a sketch. I don't know if I'd have time. Well, at least not until this book is done. I don't know if I'd have time for like super intense projects other than the ones that are paying my rent. But yeah, for sure. I would love to do some collaborative stuff. She has to kick my butt for it. You are Ruru. It's your overlord name. Oh man. Let me catch up real fast. What did Moonsy do? She got me Far Cry 5. Oh, nice. Are you okay with Ruru-sama? Why not Ruru-sama? Oh, wow, this is escalating. I mean, my dad still calls you Ray Ray, just so you know. Like, he asked me about you, and he specifically calls you that. I'm going to build for an artist friend of mine an art button as a joke. I can't even. I'm so happy. Oh no, your jaw hit the floor that hard. I mean, that's good. Have you already played it? Okay, I'm sure you've opened it up by now. Jumped in, whatnot. Yeah, you do sometimes. That's true. I think actually you and Ame both still call me that occasionally. Just like at random, I'll be like, oh yeah, that nickname. Totally forgot about that. I already have an overlord name. That's true. You are the masterful voice of power. You already have your overlord name locked away. I don't know that I haven't. I can't even think what I would have as a, like, do I have to be, my question is this. Do I have to be an evil overlord? Can I not be a benevolent overlord? Or like a, you know, like somehow positive overlord? I don't know if you can even have a positive connotation. I would prefer a positive connotation if I could choose. It's so true! Sister! I just got the Sister Sister theme song stuck in my head. Does anybody else remember that? Sister, sister. Okay, but like for real, I'm gonna turn off my YouTube stream sometime this week. Excuse me. Sorry, that one like came out of nowhere and scared me. Anyway, I'm gonna turn off my YouTube stream so that I can play my music, because I totally miss singing along to stuff while I'm working. The benevolent overlord of art and snacking. So true. Wait, B-A-S. Is that right? Benevolent overlord or of art and snacking. Yeah, so art and snacking. No, so B-A-A-S. I am the boss! I don't know. No, thank you for all the bless yous, guys. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I'm so sorry I sneezed on stream. It might happen again because my face is feeling tickly again. I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna blow my nose. And I'm gonna do that off stream to spare all of your ears. Okay, whew. It should be good. Get some hand sanitizer. Cause germs. Okay. Off my wavelength. Aw, you guys are so cute. Look at you. Yeah, I'm the only one allowed to be on Ryu's wavelength. Get off. That's my territory. Okay, but since I did sneeze and I had to leave, now I'm reminded that I have cheese next to me on this plate, and I really need some, so sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know where those came from. I've been feeling much better. I was sick a few days ago, but it wasn't like sneezing sick. It was like, I'm gonna die if I don't get like 50 hours of sleep sick. I'm sorry you're feeling bad. I hope you feel better. Being sick is the worst. It makes life so much less enjoyable. And that's just a shame. Is this where we fight? I mean, I don't really like to fight. I don't need to fight. I know that I've won. So there. I think I get... I'll fight for the honor of having Casey on my wavelength. Oh, Ryu's gonna fight for me. That's why I know I've won. Right there. See, I didn't even know how I'd won. I just knew it was already in the bag. Ryu's got this. Person's wondering what you meant by Cinderella having dark secret. Oh, yeah. So if you can... So the whole point of this book is... Well, not the whole point, but like some of these images I'm trying to make you like... So the writing will be right here about the little story or whatever. But like, it's like, oh, look, she's cooking. Oh, wait, what's... Oh my, and then you read the story. That's my hope, anyway, is how that works. We'll see if it actually works out that way. Oh, I shall make you yield to my might, you knave. Oh dear. I wish I had appropriate... The Showdown Master? Oh, is that my title? Gosh, I don't think I can live up to any of these expectations, you guys. How long have I been working on the project? Oh, that is a tricky question to answer. A while. Like, technically, so she first approached me about it, like, I want to say, like, last January? Like, a year ago. But at the time, she was thinking of doing, like making this a multi-artist project. So, like, she was going to approach a variety of artists and just have them illustrate, you know, one story each or something. And then kind of put it all together like an anthology, like a collection of short stories, because it's a collection of short stories. It's not just like a story the whole way through. So her original idea was to do that, but then I did this Red Riding Hood illustration for her, and she really liked it, and so she wanted to know if I'd be interested in just doing the whole book. So we negotiated, you know, what that would look like and the price and stuff, and everything was fair and good, so I was like, yeah, let's do this. But like, we didn't really come to that conclusion until, I want to say, last fall, I think that's when. And so yeah, so we did that last fall, and but like, so she was like, yeah, let's do this, and then I said, okay, well, tell me like this and this, and just kind of a lot of back and forth. So it's like, technically we started talking about it a year ago, but we really didn't officially like come into the arrangement until like, I want to say October, I think, and then I didn't really get to start working on it until this year. I mean, I had started some, but then the holidays happened. By the time we got everything worked out, it just got crazy. And then I had a whole bunch of other commissions at the time that I was like kind of drowning under, and so I just told her, I was like, I'm gonna try to work on this when I can, but I've got to finish some other things first. And she's like, that's fine. So I would say like since January, frankly. Like, even though a lot of it was done last fall, that's what I would say. Like, a lot of the thumbnails and a lot of the like pre-drawings were done. It's just I didn't really get a chance to start throwing myself into it until this year. So yeah, that's the long answer to your question. Oh, hang on, I missed a whole bunch of chat. Save. Oh, thanks. Oh wait, does my bot's not working? No, my commands aren't working. I need those. Shoot, that's gonna be really hard. Yeah, so my bot is messed up for sure then, so my commands aren't working. That's really lame. Yeah, because it's not showing you guys chatting in my bot at all. It's not showing anything. I don't know how to fix that. Maybe if I log in. Hang on, let me try to log in to Streamlabs, like on the browser, and then see if that works. Because I was not actually logged in just now. Okay, maybe try that. See if it works now. I don't think it's going to because I don't see any alerts settings in here, but... Oh wait, no, alert box, yeah. Okay, yeah, try it now. It might work. I don't know, or it might not, or it might just be dumb. Oh wait, what's happening? Ryu left? Oh no, I was behind. Bye, Ryu. Thanks for stopping by. That's no worries if you have to leave early, idea. It's totally fine. I'll be on for a few hours, so people come and go all the time. Totally fine. Yeah. Okay, so I missed saying bye to Ryu. Bye, Ryu. I don't know if you're still here. Bye-bye. Too many words in English language. Default. Oh, it's so sad. Layers. Oh, it's not working, is it? Dang it! Oh, so sad. Okay, well, I don't really want to work on it on stream anyway. I'll just, because I don't want to take any more time, because I really do need to work a little bit. So I'll just fiddle with it later, I suppose. I suppose. So anyway, how did everybody's weekend go? Did anybody have any cool, fun stories they want to share with the class? That's okay. Yeah, I'll fiddle with it later. It is annoying, but it's not like gonna break the stream if it doesn't work, right? I mean, hopefully. Unless you guys just really want me to fix it now, then I can. But... Oh, did you? Sorry. I have my Streamlabs thing open, so I can't see the Discord thing. Oh gosh. Hey, what's up?
Hey, why don't I go ahead and be your little reminder? So check your layers and save.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I mean, I'll pay attention to chat. It's just kind of a funny thing. I'm not that worried about having them not working, so it's all good.
I just figured that would help you out. I'm working on something on my side too really quick. I'm still checking back in with the stream, but I thought that might help.
No, that's great. Thank you. And yeah, no worries. I usually listen while I watch people stream, so that's totally fine. No, I'll be okay. I'll manage. I'll just have to fiddle with it later. But thank you. I appreciate the reminder. It's very helpful, for sure. How do I do this? Yes, disembodied voice. I did not murder anyone this weekend. Excellent, Border. I'm so proud of you. Such an accomplishment. In my day and age, it really is. Wait, what do you mean in your day and age? Isn't that the same day and age we all live in? Are you saying we should all be prone to murder? What are you saying exactly, Border? I don't understand. Oh gosh, you scared me. Ooh. That was kind of scary. I thought you had hung up, and so it scared me when you talked just now.
Sorry?
No, it's okay. It was just funny. Mentioned already in Discord, but
like really quiet, and then out of nowhere, I'm gonna go, "It's insane!"
Oh gosh, that's gonna freak me out. You can be a big boy sometimes. That's good, Border. I'm proud of you. Oh, thank you. I mean, it's not very hard to scare me, so you know it happens.
I know, right? I just have to mention ghosts, and you're like, ah, no.
Oh my gosh, my apartment makes the creepiest noises at night. You guys don't even know. You guys don't even know. It's very scary. And this place is old, and people have died here, and I'm just saying it's creepy. That's all I'm saying. I'm not ruling out the possibility. I'm giving respect to the dead. Just gonna try to be nice to them and hope they're not horrible. Wait, so you are saying that we should all be prone to murder? Oh dear. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, yeah. I don't want to be prone to murder. Don't put this on me, Border. How do we know you're not one of the dead? I mean, there is a theory. There's a running theory already. Do you want me to call you? I'm probably just gonna call you Striker because it's gonna be hard for me to remember everybody's like Discord names. So I apologize if I forget. I say we should murder. You say we shouldn't. Tomato, tomato. Right? They're totally the same things that we're saying, really. Obviously, duh. What was I thinking? Oh, I did a little bit on the wrong layer down there. That's okay. Not very much. I end up flattening everything anyway, so it's not like it really matters. It just makes it easier for me to stay on certain layers. I will have to fiddle with my bot later though. Get that figured out.
By the way, you wouldn't believe how many compliments your little Griffin sticker gets. Like, I'm using them like full size because I'm not going to load them as emojis on any server other than yours.
Okay,
and
cool.
So every now and then I'm posting them up, and I get like Rocky came in because she saw those. And she's like, "Who did that?" So I linked her today, and she got the Discord from there from messaging you, and then I posted it in another server, and immediately I got 3 people like, "Oh my god, that little Griffin is so cute! They're so animated, and like the expressions are so perfect."
Oh, thank you. Well, tell them I said thank you.
Well, you definitely deserve it. I mean, your art definitely deserves a lot more recognition than it's gotten so far.
Oh, thanks. It's mostly my fault. I used to have a pretty big, like, community that I hung out with online back in the day, and I let it all go when I became a teacher because I was just so busy. I stopped being around online, so, you know, I know that it's, like, a slow build to find people again that are, like, active online, because, like, a lot of my old online art friends have just, like, vanished. Like, they're no longer on the internet, really. That's fine. I appreciate those of you who do hang out with me. I hope that it's not boring. That's usually my biggest fear when streaming. I'm just like, oh my gosh, how can this possibly be interesting? I'm just drawing. But people seem to like it, so that's good.
We like seeing the progress over time, and we like talking to you and having you respond to us, and you're really good about that, and so yeah, it's a lot of fun just hanging with you, even if we only type to you and you respond. That's good enough for most of us.
Yeah, and I mean, I know I'm like that when I'm watching a streamer that I admire, so I know it's just weird for me to be like, why would anybody hang out with me? But it definitely makes it go a lot faster. Like, doing all this stuff, sitting alone in your apartment that you sit in all the time is just, like, depressing sometimes, so it's nice to be able to be like, oh, there's gonna be people interaction today. Excellent. I do appreciate the people interaction. I don't know what just happened. I'm gonna have to work on these windows. I'm not very happy. Well, I do appreciate you showing people my stickers. I got like a whole bunch of random followers on DeviantArt this morning. I was like, oh, these must be the people Dream was talking to. So I don't know who. Usually people don't find me in mass like that. Especially on DeviantArt, because I'm terrible about posting on DeviantArt. I really think it is because I've gotten so spoiled with how fast it is to post to places like Instagram. And so it's just like the idea of sitting and like writing down all the categories and like making a description and tagging, like, I don't know, it just, the whole format is very not streamlined compared to other places I share art. And so I just tend to forget. And I just don't know very many people on DeviantArt anymore. So it's like, I'd rather hang out where all my art people I know are hanging out, kind of a thing. But I do need to be better about it, because I know there's definitely like people who still use it pretty regularly. What's your weapon of choice, Striker? That's the important question. Is it a rock? I hope it's a rock. Hmm. Ugh, there's so much texturing to do. Hang on, it's like super hot in here. I gotta go open my window more. Ugh. Okay. And that's a bummer that my boat's not working. You okay?
Sorry, I was laughing. I just suddenly got a message from my friend. They sent me a picture of this wolf winking, and they wrote at the bottom, "How are you doing?"
Oh dear. Nothing like a good animal pun.
It was just cute.
Oh my gosh, why is this so hot in here?
I do gotta say something really quick about the chat, because I just now popped back in and I saw that, Rocky was saying to Canadians, like, what's your weapon of choice? Well, if they're Canadian, it would probably be a Tim Hortons coffee cup.
I was gonna say bacon or moose.
Remember, I used to live in Seattle. It was like a 2-hour drive to Vancouver, and so we used to pop over there all the time. And in Canada, there's a big to-do, like, you know how we have Starbucks for them? It's Tim Hortons coffee, and I will give them that, oh my god, they have some of the best donuts. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but Tim Hortons donuts are, like, the best. They're so dang good. That's a good one too, Rocky. Maybe they just swing around a big bottle of maple syrup.
I mean, I can see it.
Leave them with a sticky end.
There's worse ways to die, I feel like. At least you die sweetly.
That's true.
If you gotta drown in something, at least it better be delicious, I guess? I don't know. He did say he was a murderer. Maybe that's his tactic.
Murder by maple.
mean, that does sound like a very Canadian headline, so.
We're so racist, oh my god.
No, it's not racist, it's nationalityist? I don't know. I don't think Canadian's a race, so it's fine. It's a nationality, we can joke about it. They're like our hat. It's fine. They're part of us. Totally joking, by the way. I'm just trying to get Border riled up. I don't think he's paying attention. I know Canadians hate that.
Yeah. My adoptive sister, she's not one of my blood sisters, but I've totally adopted her as my sister. She's just like one to me now. But the mother of my godkids, Mel, she's from Canada, which is why I used to pop up to Vancouver all the time to hang out with her and stuff. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, she's not a nice Canadian, because she will totally kick your butt if you tick her off. She's got the Canadian maple leaf tattooed on the back of her neck.
Oh my. You know, I actually had a friend who, he grew up in, like, Washington, right on the border. And, like, he would talk all the time about how this whole stereotype about Canadians being really nice, he was like, it's not true. Like, they're super mean. Like, he's like, I'm not sure where this came from. But he said they would have to run into Canadians.
There's a lot of Indians there. Like, they've had a lot of Indian immigrants go to Canada.
Oh, really? I don't think these were immigrants. Yeah, I think
I really expected a bunch of, I know that does sound a little racist, but I totally expected just a bunch of white people. And we're going down where her parents live, and there's like nothing but Indian immigrants all down the block, and I'm like, this is not what I expected.
Yeah, he didn't mention anything about immigrants, but he definitely seemed to be talking about like native Canadians, and just like every time because like I guess they were always hopping over the border to like come do stuff in the States or whatever where he was at. And maybe it was just like the region of Canada that he lived by, but he was like, they were all super rude and like of all ages. Like, it wasn't just like the rude teenagers or anything. Like, it was just really funny because you always hear this stereotype of Canadians being so nice or whatever, but like apparently that was just not his experience at all, which I thought was funny.
I don't know, we've seen Colin Mockery get pretty mad too, so.
Right? I mean, maybe Canadians are just super passive aggressive like that. Like, maybe they seem nice to the unaware, but really they're just like super bitter. Like, I mean, I can't say I'm super surprised, honestly. Like, cold weather climate cultures tend to be more like cold. Like, people don't hang around to talk and like aren't as friendly. I've definitely noticed that in Colorado compared to Texas. Like, people, it's just different. Like, there's no neighborly, I don't know, like, I just feel like if you live in a warmer place, I know there's, like, articles and stuff about it, but I guess, like, warm weather culture and cold weather culture is, like, a thing. And I can totally see it now, like, now having lived in two very different regions of the U.S. Because people here, yeah, you just, like, you don't really make eye contact on the street here, whereas, like, in Texas, if you even cross anybody on the street, even if they're on the other side of the street, you say hi to them. Like, it's just like, oh, you're in my vicinity, we're both aware of each other, then we need to acknowledge each other because it's polite. Like, whereas here, it's just, like, not like that at all. Like, you just, like, avoid talking to anybody, kind of, unless you know them. And it's just weird to me. I don't know. But it's not as weird as it was when I first moved here. So I'm used to it now, but it is kind of like, when I think about it, I'm just like, man, I hope I don't become like that, because I don't know, I like making people feel like they're important.
This is the thing, though, in Seattle, we do the exact same thing. In Seattle, Washington, where I grew up, and I'm not sure where your buddy was from, either the east side or the west coast, like where I'm from.
Well, he's from Washington, like Washington State.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Washington State, Seattle, Washington. That's where I originally grew up from. I was on the western coast right before you hit the Olympics. But,
You said he was
there's a big difference in Washington State if you've never visited, because what happens is we've got the Olympic Mountains are closer to the Pacific Ocean, and then on the other side we have the Brother-Sister Mountains from Mount Rainier, and then Mount St. Helens is right behind that. And once you get past those mountain ranges, it goes from forest and rain to a desert. Like, it's a desert on the east side of Washington till you hit Idaho. It's just all dead, grassy plains and desert area. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I call Washington a bipolar state for a reason. It really doesn't know which climate it is on one half or the other. But I do know that a lot of the Canadians come down, at least on the western coast side, because they have so many casinos right there.
Mm.
So families will come down from Canada to go to the casinos because we have so many Native Americans there, so that we've got tons all over the place. But yeah, that's all I know that they would really come down and do, other than, you know, some of our famous restaurants and stuff. Things like Red Robin's isn't in Canada. They don't have Burger King up there. They have McDonald's. No Jack in the Box or anything like that. So.
All I know is he lived near Spokane.
That's the east side. Yep, that's near the Tri-Cities area.
So that's all I know. I mean, he was in like a rural part of it. But
yeah, it's a very rural part. That's where my aunt lives, and my aunt is a horse trainer.
Nice.
She trains race horses out there. She's got a big old farm and all that.
That's cool. I did the wrong color. I don't want to be a grouchy, quiet old woman who yells. Cinna, that's not a good plan for me. I don't think I can do that anyway. Yeah, he looks really cool, doesn't he? Mace did a great job.
Good. She did. I'm sorry, I haven't figured that out yet. But either way, Amazing did do fantastic. My one thing, and I made a mention of this, but there's not enough plant superheroes. They're all anti-heroes who will actually kill people, or they're all villains. Why? Why can't there be just one, just straight up plant superhero? Why? Can't we get like a Captain America level plant superhero that just wants to protect everybody and the environment and like all life? Can we please just have that? Please, please, please?
Maybe
this is a pet peeve for years.
Maybe Captain Planet is a plant and we just don't know it. Because that, you pretty much described Captain Planet, I feel like, just now.
Oh, that's not what Captain Planet was.
I mean, he's blue. He's clearly not human.
Thanks, Casey.
You're welcome. Anytime. Welcome back, Striker.
Welcome back.
Oh, man. That's okay. No worries. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. I mean, that's pretty much what it'll be the whole time, so. Next time you pop in, hopefully I'll be further along. I just have so much detail work to do with, like, I'm not looking forward to this whole part of the painting. I just want to avoid it. Which is a bad habit.
Layers, make sure to save.
Yes, I am trying to, like, keep an eye on that since I don't have my reminders this time.
That's part of why I stuck on the call with you, so I can give you another reminder.
I mean, you know, I do appreciate that because I am forgetful.
I'm gonna have to step away in a minute from the call just so I can go get my dinner started. I'm making a meatloaf and steamed veggies tonight.
That sounds delicious. Yeah, no worries. And you don't have to, I mean, I'll probably be okay. You don't have to stay on the call if you got stuff to do. It's totally fine. That's, sounds delicious though. It always makes me hungry every time you talk about dinner. I was like, what do I have? Oh, I have chips.
Right.
Time for some chips. Delicious. Yeah. Sounds really yummy. I'm always salivating when people talk about food. Feel free to share any recipes. If you have any recipes you'd like to share, always open to that. Oh, hey, you're welcome, Striker. For sure. Thanks for stopping by.
Just like come up to Colorado for like a convention or anything that you're at, and then I'll haul you home and I'll cook for you. You can be like, oh, I got
well,
cooking.
if you do that, you'll be really disappointed because I don't have anything really here other than like I have like lettuce and cheese. I have a lot of canned food. Like there's really not a lot to like cook with, so you'd probably have to like you'd just be sad.
I would get ingredients beforehand.
Okay. Well, as long as you come with ingredients, then that probably wouldn't work otherwise. You would just be like, there's nothing to make here.
Put chicken and broccoli and cheese and rice, and I'll make rolled stuffed chicken broccoli cheese.
Sounds good.
The garlic, butter, herb, rice side, and veggies.
I do like these things. I used to cook a lot more, but I just have been busy lately. Trying to balance everything.
Yeah, that's always what happens there. Like, you just get swamped with stuff going on in life, and it becomes the quick stuff is the easiest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how much Chef Boyardee we had for like the longest time.
Yeah, unfortunately my allergy makes it really hard for me to have like quick stuff. So that tends to be why I just have like, well, I'll just eat this apple, or well, I'll just eat this. Like, it's like stuff I don't have to make that I can eat, is what I tend toward when I'm in a hurry.
You got that gluten allergy.
Yeah, it makes everything really annoying, so unfortunately. I've kind of gotten used to it over the years now that I've found out, but I do feel bad for like my boyfriend because he's just constantly like, like, oh yeah, you can't have that, can you? It's like, nope, if it's delicious, I probably can't have it. It's probably got gluten in it. Tends to be true, unfortunately.
Brown rice is a low carb, and so it's really low in gluten as well because it's got barely any starch in it at all. So that's something that you can have. Like, all the stuff that I make is low carb, low gluten because my husband's diabetic. So, and carbs and starches are one of like the big thing that really affects him. So I've had to like find alternatives and way to like trim down it. And I found that like whole grain stuff is like one of the best that you can get. It still will have a little bit, but not a lot. Like, barely any compared to like white or even doing like the what are they called? The natural grain stuff, those kinds.
Well, I'm only
have, like a lot more carbs and starch than you think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only allergic to wheat gluten as far as I know. So like rice gluten doesn't bother, like corn and rice gluten is fine. I think as far as I know. The problem is it's like I'm not celiac, but I like basically if I have gluten, it shuts down my entire endocrine system, like even a tiny bit, and so I just have to be really careful. And so like going out to eat is really hard because cross contamination is such a big deal at restaurants and stuff. If you're just really sensitive like that, and so I don't know, it just makes it really annoying for both of us because I always have to be that person who's like, hey, can you just like wash the pan first and like make sure that you have washed your like, I don't know, I just have to be, it's annoying and I hate being that person. Like before I found out I had this allergy, like I would literally eat anything, like it did not matter at all. I've never been picky, and so it just like kills me to have to be that person. Like it just makes me want to not even, like I just want to get like a smoothie when I go out to eat or something and just not even have food when I'm at restaurants because I just hate being like that so much. But then, people complain or something, like they just feel like I'm not having a good time or something, and so I feel like I have to eat something. But yeah, unfortunately it's not just like a mild allergy. It's like it's killing my thyroid every time I have even a little. And it only shows up in my blood tests. So like I never even know if I've had any. I don't feel any different. It's just killing me slowly and silently, basically, which is really stupid. But anyway.
And my mom's going through the same thing, but hers is we have what's it called? Crohn's disease runs in our family, and so my mom has gluten allergy and stuff. And then my dad's diabetic too. But my dad is a pain in the butt. He just will not, absolutely down on, like, we went up to Washington in early December, and I got to see my family all before Christmas, and then I'm looking in their pantries and stuff, and I'm going, can't eat any of this. Why the heck? Why is there like 2 bags of Cheetos in here? Why is there potato chips in here? You know you can eat this. What the hell?
Yeah.
Like, I went full on food Nazi on my parents. My dad started getting really mad at me.
I mean, my dad, I know that for sure. My dad's the same way. He's been diabetic since I was 12, but he still, like, eats candy and, like, junk food, and, yeah, it's just, you can't make people want to be healthy, you know, like, they have to want that for themselves, unfortunately.
Doesn't mean I'm not going to get on their butts about it. I'm sorry, I want my dad to be around long enough for me to adopt kids so he could be their grandpa as well, and a grandpa that can actually, you know, still play basketball and football without losing a foot.
Right. No, I mean, I agree, but people who don't have good self-control, it's, you know, I don't know, I think a lot of it's probably laziness too, at least from, I can't speak for your dad, but I think people just get set in their routines, you know, and they don't want to change them. It's unfortunate.
And my dad's just stubborn.
Yeah.
I posted your stream in like 8 or 10, I think it was the full 10 of the servers that I'm in, other than yours, of course. I really thought more people would have hopped in here.
Oh, no worries. And thank you. You don't have to do any of that, but yeah, I mean, it's a weekday. Tuesday's always my lowest day. I don't really worry about it too much. It's more just like, what I need is just the habit of streaming, because I don't really worry about if people are coming or not, or I try not to, because it's more about me, like, sticking to a schedule, which is really important when you're working from home. At least that's what I've found.
No, and I know I don't need to do it, but again, I really do feel like with the level of art you have and everything, you really deserve a lot more attention for your art than you actually get. So
oh, thank you.
That's why I like going out of my way and going, this is my friend Casey. She is freaking awesome. Come show her loves.
Aw, thanks. That's really nice of you. I hope they're not disappointed. Figuring out color schemes is a butt? Yes, I agree. Color theory is not always my favorite. Hey, there's this place, though. I don't know if this is even what you're talking about. You just reminded me of this just now, Senna. But there's this Tumblr that I follow that has these really nice color palette prompts that it, like, just every day you get one, and I forget the name of it. I'm going to go to my Tumblr really quick and just check. But I think it's called, like, it's called Color Me something. But it's really, oh, well, here it is, okay. No, I lied, it's not called Color Me something. It's called Color Palettes. Oh, Color Me Curious, that's what it's called. Okay, I knew that was something. Yeah, anyway, you guys should check this out. It's really helpful to me, especially like if I'm struggling with like a design or just like needing inspiration. I also, let me show you this, because I love showing you guys books. I also have this awesome book that I found at a Half Price Books one time. I'm gonna make sure you guys can see this. But it's called Color Index, or Color Index. This is the second one, because that's the one they had. And I actually like the layout of this one better. I did see the first one, and I'm glad I got the second one. But they're both good. It's just, like, it gives you, like, so many color schemes, and it gives you, like, the numbers. so you can find the exact colors for printing and stuff, like in Photoshop. And it's just like all these beautiful just ideas. And so whenever I don't know like what I want for something, like this is probably really more for graphic designers, but I find it really cool just when I'm doing character design or when I'm trying to pick colors that go well together in a painting. Like I love flipping through this and finding like ideas for like colors I could use to tie everything together, you know? So anyway, color index. Check it out. I don't know if that's what you were talking about with picking colors, but it totally reminded me of my own struggle with that, and that's how I found resolution.
So, you know, Cassie, I'm going to put myself on mute, and I'm going to step away for just a minute. I'll let you know when I get back.
Go for it. Take as much time as you need. Oops, what did I do? So something weird that happened while I was working on this painting. Like when I first was laying down the sketch for this, I looked up like a head wrap really fast just so I could get an idea of what kind I wanted to put on her. And I found this one that I was like, oh, this is good. So I kind of like copied some of the like colors for it and like some of the wrinkles I thought looked cool on her forehead. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And ever since then, I keep getting all of these like Google ads for head wraps and like, and specifically that one keeps showing up and like variants on it. And it's just weird. I'm like, why? Oh my gosh, like, I don't know, it just bothers me. Like, I understand that targeted advertising is at least preferable to just getting, like, random stuff you're not interested in, but, like, it's just, it freaks me out a little bit, like, the data mining that goes on. Like, and because I did it on my computer, it wasn't like it was on my phone or anything, but it's been showing up, like, everywhere. Like, on my phone, on my computer, like, I guess basically if I'm just logged into Google, which is kind of creepy. So, I don't know. Making a nice home-cooked meal after a dose of murder. Indeed. This is the best cleaner around. I'm sure she'll get that mess cleaned up in no time. That's right. I mean, she's doing fine. It's spaghetti sauce. She's making dinner, you know? For her dinner for one now. Maybe it's a sign I should get a head wrap. No, it's a sign that Google should mind their own business. I don't want ads. Leave me alone. I hate that we're just constantly inundated with advertisements in our culture. It drives me crazy. Just this whole mentality it reinforces of like you being the center of the universe and like getting everything you want for you to make you happy because these things will make you happy because that's always worked, and it's just annoying. Don't like it. Society rant for the day. Check. This is why I have to use private search window to avoid the stupid ad stuff. Yeah, I don't know how to do that though. Is that like a button you click? How do you do that? I think I've seen that before. What is this? Discord screen sharing. Why does that? What is that even doing? I did not tell it to have an extension. Oh my gosh, drive me crazy. I know there's a way to have private. I use Chrome, so I don't know if it's possible to get Google to stay out of it when you're using their browser. Control-Shift-N. Ooh. Oh, so you just search in an incognito window? I see. So it basically just turns off cookies in history. Weird. Okay, cool. I'll have to play with that some more. But that's a good idea. Maybe I'll just search in that from now on instead. Oh man. See, I really don't need more advertisements about head wraps. What I do need is some grape juice. And put away this cheese too, because I've already eaten like half my thing of brie. Okay, I'm back. I should probably like move this to like something more interesting. There. Oh, I wish there was a faster way to do this. Oh. Intense music. Ah. good. How is it going? I mean, that's okay. I thought you were just doing some kind of fancy hello. Hello-yo! I don't know. I'm slightly delirious with sleepiness today. It's like all I can do to not just like crawl into bed right now. So I was fine with it. For whatever that's worth. How are you doing? How was your weekend? I'm pretty good. I had a pretty good weekend. I did not get anything done art-wise, really, like I thought I was going to, but it was a weekend I needed to have. Went out into the mountains and actually saw a bunch of bighorn sheep. It was really fun, and we got really close to them because they were like right by the road, which was cool. And yeah, I'm not sick anymore, so that's good. Feeling pretty good. Yeah, I'm good. Although I did find out, I went to the bank today and I found out that I found out last week that I had some money that I thought was coming available for me because I made a CD on accident like years and years ago. And I put $5,000 in it because I thought it was my retirement fund. Long story, but basically I did the wrong thing. And I got a letter in the mail saying that had matured and it was time to take it out if I wanted. And I was just like, oh, great, like I could totally use an extra $5,000 right now. So I got really excited and I went to the bank. And then the guy at the bank was like, well, that's actually not how that works. It's like, oh, so how does it work? And basically, like, after all the penalties I would get from taking it out now, I would like, wait, why is that still? Oh, I did it on the paint overlayer. I see. Basically after all the penalties, it would just be like $4,000. Or like a little under $4,000 that I would have. And that was kind of lame to find out. So, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. Sorry, I had to fix a layer problem. It was pretty. Sunday was nice and chill for a change. That's good. That's good. Oh, you saw bighorn sheep before? Yeah, they are really cool. So this was actually like a little herd of... What is going on right now? Oh. This is like a little herd of moms and babies. Okay, my music is like... It needs to go into timeout. I know! I was just like, that was such a cruel trick. I was so excited for a few days. I was like, oh man, I'm so glad. Because I'm kind of in like a weird place financially right now. I'm just like, oh, this is great. Like, I got $5,000 that I didn't even think I was going to be able to touch for a while, and it turns out I can't. Like, basically, I can't touch it until I'm 65 if I don't want penalties. Like, if I take it out before then, he said that I would get taxed up to 10% on it by both federal and state, so I would lose 20% of it just to taxes. And then I get penalized on top of it. Like, I lose all of my interest that I've accrued in 5 years, and I have to pay a fee for taking it out before 65. So basically, it's not getting touched, is what I think is going to be the answer. But, like, I'm in the grace period right now, so he said if I take it out now, then I won't get penalized, but I'll still get taxed. So, I don't know. I mean, I made it to be a savings account for retirement, but it's just, I didn't understand at the time that I was making an account I couldn't touch until I was 65. Like, I thought it was a 5-year CD. I didn't understand what I was doing. This is why you should not try to set up a retirement account on your own from home. Like, you need to go to a bank and talk to a banker and make sure you're doing it right, because I definitely did not do it right. But anyway... Yeah, I mean, I do save. I have a lot of savings. I just... You know, I try to pretend like my savings are something I can't touch, just so I don't ever count on that. But it was just kind of like a surprise because I thought I had some random money coming to me that I hadn't planned on. I mean, that would buy me like, I could feasibly live out the rest of the year in Colorado on that because I'm pretty frugal. And so that was like, that would just be a nice relief, you know, to not have to worry about that. But anyway, didn't turn out that was the truth of what was happening. So There's just like a big like yay, oh, kind of a moment. Like, oh, I have all this money. Oh no, I don't. Never mind. It's keep pretending it's not there because it's not. But, anywho, but no, I mean my weekend was good. Bighorn sheep made it all worth it anyway, so it was fine. Yeah. So turns out I don't have money. It's okay. I actually meant to go print out my resume today to maybe submit it to some little shops and stuff around here. Just, I'm not sure yet if I really don't want to have a part-time job, but I might need one just because I might be having to move soon, like unexpectedly, and I don't want to be caught with my pants down, as it were. Like, I'd much rather have money ready for moving expenses if I need it. So, I don't know. But if I can get these done at a reasonable rate, then I could potentially not have to get a part-time job, because this book deal will get me through if I can get them done, you know, relatively quickly. I don't want to rush it, so I don't want to pressure myself to like get them done by a certain time, because then that usually means my work quality suffers. I just don't want that, especially since this will be the first book probably that I'll have that will be published. I don't really want it to look bad, you know. If you have to just do something that you might enjoy, then yeah, I mean, the problem is the things that I might enjoy don't pay at all, so it's almost like, is it even worth it to have this as a part-time job? Like, there's actually a little feed store, like, literally right next door to my apartment, that I could, I mean that actually literally, not like the cool way people say literally. And so it would be nothing for me to get there, but I'm pretty sure they don't pay anything either. But I like being around animals, and I want to learn about farming, because I would love to have, like, a little ranch someday, so I don't know. It's something I'm toying with dropping my resume off at, even though I don't know. I don't really think that that's going to be a good financial decision to make, because I'm sure they just pay minimum wage. But yeah, exactly, yeah, I mean, and that's exactly what I've done. There's like an art museum up the hill from me that I could also walk to, that I want to drop my resume off at. I really should have done that today. I'll have to do it tomorrow, but I just didn't feel like it, to be honest. Being totally honest, I just didn't feel like it today. I just didn't want to walk anywhere. But part of the problem is, too, I have to go print at the library because my printer doesn't work. I should have just kept the one I had, but I had a relative that gave me a free printer, and it was brand new, and so I just assumed it would work. And that was, so I threw my old one away, and that turned out to not be the best. Not the best plan that I've ever had. Yeah, and I feel like at least it would be in my industry, you know, so I'd be more likely to run into contacts and potential clients if I worked, you know, in the art field, as opposed to working at a feed store. So it makes more sense to do that. I just haven't dropped it off yet. Okay, her fingers, everything about her hand is so wrong. It makes me tired just looking at it. Like, everything is not right. Like, this is where the knuckles should be. This is where her fingers should be. Or coming straight down. Like, this is just not right. Ugh, makes me sleepy. Okay. Or I could change it and make her knuckles up here and then move her palm higher. That's an option too. Just have to change the rest of her hand. Maybe that's easier. Oh, listen to Casey mutter to herself as she figures out anatomy. This is why you use reference for sure. You're absolutely right. That's exactly why you use reference. But if I use reference, then Google's gonna tell me about hand things for like weeks. I guess I could use my incognito. I really, honestly, I just like held my pencil and like looked at my hand and then sketched what I saw. So like, I kind of use reference a little bit of reference. But it probably doesn't count very much, but anatomy is so much fun. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it can be. Anatomy is fun when you get it right and you just like, it just happens and you're like, wow, that anatomy is spot on. You're just super happy with it. But most of the time it's not like that, so. Most of the time it's like, well, this is terrible, but I'm just gonna keep painting anyway. Aw, Striker, what's wrong? Private window. I know, private window. Now that I know the trick. Yeah. No, I like that for sure. I mean, so if I just clear my history, would that also work? Or is it like cataloged somewhere outside of my history tab? Wings are my favorite thing to draw, but I find they're my hardest challenge too. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I used to have a lot of trouble with wings until I literally sat down for like a few weeks and just drew birds. Like I looked at every like bird of prey reference. I have a book on birds and I just like I drew every single one until I finally started to figure out wings. I've actually got a wing right above my desk here. I'll show you. I have this really cool little diagram I found that breaks down like the parts of a wing, and it really helps me. So I kind of glance up at that whenever I need it. It just like lives on my bulletin board right here. It's kind of funny. Get those tacks back in. I have this other one too that shows the bones and like where the quill's attached. That's right up above it. But clearing history might, but that'll mainly clean your cookies for login, but the site still has it? Yeah. I have a really nice, if you like drawing wings on people, or if that's something you want to get better at, I have a really nice tutorial on that I just really like on my Pinterest. I don't know, I think my Pinterest is linked on my Twitch now, I think, below, so if you want to check that out, feel free. But it shows like the anatomy of the wing and like where it should attach on a human and like why that would make sense and why this looks bad and why wings can't bend this way and why they can bend this way, and it's just nice. Just like it. Then of course I have to remember if I'm drawing the under or the upper surface. Yeah, so that's the ventral, the dorsal view, which is the top view, and then I have a ventral one on the other side. Like, yeah. I could show that one to you too. It's kind of hidden right now. I don't know why it's like that, but because yeah, the feathers overlap differently depending on what side of the wing you're drawing. So that is important to remember, because otherwise it will look weird. Actually, also, I think part of what, so you're on DeviantArt, right? Aren't you, Striker? I think you are. There's this group called Windsound. That it's like a Griffin art group or whatever, like, I guess an RPG type group. And they give you like prompts and challenges, and you can only level up your characters by drawing a certain number of prompts, and they have all kinds of really great, like, there's people who are really like experts at bird anatomy and like how to do all of that. And so I learned a lot from that group and just like some of the charts and references that they posted. And so that was really cool. So if you ever want to learn about stuff like that, I would recommend checking out Windsound for sure. It's actually where that little Griffin character came from that I drew those stickers of. He was an old Windsound character that I had when I was really active in that group. Name is Reese. I don't know, they're not as active as they used to be, but I think there's still people in that group that are active on DeviantArt. I need to probably reconnect with some of them. I'm actually in a Discord that they're in, but they don't really post in there very often. Oh, and I should probably share how you spell it, because it's spelled kind of funny. Can't do this with my pen. Where's my cursor? Let's see, it's wind sound. Whoops. There we go. If you want to check, if anybody wants to check it out. It's a pretty cool group of people. Not as active, sadly, as it used to be, but you could breathe new life back into it. I won't be a professional artist, but all the skills I'm learning will be used as I plan on starting my own guitar company and building my own custom guitars. Yeah, no worries. No, I mean, even if you're not a professional, I think developing any skill has value, whether you plan on being a professional in it or not, you know? Like, I don't plan on being a professional, like, keyboardist, but I really like playing my keyboard and getting better, you know, when I have time to practice. I haven't practiced in a while, to be honest, but it's like a skill that I value, though, just because I'm not planning on making a living doing it, you know. You only get to be alive one time. Why not learn all the skills? Why not know all the things? That's my theory. I don't want to spend my time on this planet just staring at screens for no reason, you know, being distracted all the time. That has no value in my opinion. Play guitar, but yeah, it happens. What did you go to college for? Or what, are you in college right now, or? I don't actually know. I'm graduated. I went through ITT Tech. Okay. Got my associate's degree in business management. Plan on learning more specific fields through community workshops called Hammerspace. What is? I don't know. I've never heard of that. What's Hammer? When you said Hammerspace, all my brain immediately was like, stop, hammer time. Whoa. Just yeah. Anyway. That's what you get for growing up in the 90s, I guess.
I
Well, I'm glad you're going to the School of Hammer Time. That sounds like a really valuable time expenditure. I wish you well. I hope it's very advantageous for you. Oh man, if I stream tomorrow, I am definitely putting on my own music. I just want to sing stuff. Can't talk about Hammer Time without wanting to sing stuff. I don't even know the words to Hammer Time. It's just like the beat and the rhythm, like the melody and everything is just stuck in my head so bad right now. Like I almost want to go look up the lyrics so I can just like get that, like appease the demon and get it out of my brain. Play by Hammer Space though, Discord. Okay, yeah, no worries. Oh, don't worry about, you're not distracting me. It actually helps me, believe it or not. Like I tend to take breaks anyway, and so just because mentally and like staring at the screen, like focusing like this is not, it just strains my eyes. Like my eyes are already getting tired. So it helps me to like have something else to look at and like focus on for a second. But if you don't want to tell me, it's fine. But I'm just letting you know that it's not a distraction at all. I would not have chat open if I didn't want to interact with you guys. Because I need human interaction. Please give me human interaction. Spend all day inside working on stuff and just being in my apartment all the time, so anything that breaks that up is welcome distraction, trust me. Mental health is important. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, so don't ever feel like you're monopolizing. People tend to just like listen or they just don't talk. Some people just watch and don't talk, which is fine. But if you want to talk, by all means. I like to talk, so you're just helping me. I'm pretty sure I annoy my chatters because I'm constantly asking them for stories anyway, so. Probably like, I don't hang out with Casey, she's always making us tell stories. This is one thing I can't stand about Photoshop. I just hate how everything has to be so, like, opacity driven. It drives me crazy. I just wish I could find a good brush that's, like, pressure sensitive only, and that's how you control opacity. So spoiled by open canvas. Whoops. Please don't do that. Space is a community workshop with locations around the U.S. They provide a place for like-minded people to build anything they can imagine. Huh. They offer classes and internships to cover or to learn real usable trades. Like welding. Oh, that's cool. I love welding. Welding is really fun. They cover just about every single creative venue you can think of. Art, woodworking, they teach you the skills you need. They also have many tools available from 3D printers to plasma cutters. Oh, wow, that's really cool. Hammer Space, huh? I'm gonna have to look that up. Like, what does it cost to be a part of it? Like, how do you... Hammer Space. Denver. Which is how I plan to start. With them starting up my business will be so much easier as they already have all the heavy equipment. Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. So it's basically like a studio space, but for any kind of trade skill. That's pretty cool. So do you just like rent the space? I'm definitely gonna have to look this up later. That's pretty cool. So is it just in Missouri? I feel like I've heard of places like this. I don't think they were called Hammer Space, but I've definitely like heard of a place similar to this that I found out about recently. That's pretty cool. I love that though. That's awesome. Whoop whoop. Stop. Hammer Space. Yep, there you go, Maze. I know, you haven't really had to deal with anything, have you? Which is good. I've only had like 1 or 2 trolls, I think. And I don't think it was when any of you guys were on. So you can pay to be a member, which gives you unlimited access for time. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, I'll have to look at it, because I feel like now that you bring that up, I feel like I did see something very similar to that. Either in here or in Texas, I can't remember where, but like, there was something quite like this. And I really want to check it out now. Because it does sound like a really neat opportunity. Yeah, is that a challenge, Maze? Were you like wanting Striker to go crazy? I'm not sure where they all are, but I believe they're around the US. Yeah, I don't know that I've heard of Hammer Space specifically, but like as you talk about it, and I just looked at their website too, I think. It definitely sounds a lot like some stuff that I've seen before. I don't know if it was called that or not. But it's pretty cool. I do like it. Don't make me play the music. Oh, look, you brought Senna out too. See, they're watching. Better toe the line there, Striker. No, I've been very lucky. I think for them, I mean, I feel like I have really cool people that come in the chat. I don't have too much issue. I imagine that changes as you gain followers and whatnot, and you just become better known, but not reached that point yet. I'm okay with that. I'd rather just have people who are going to be chill in chat so that I can like not have to focus on chat. Oops, apparently that's not on that layer. Darn it. Wrong layer. Yeah, I gotta fix my bot. This simply will not do. I don't know if I can link. Yeah, you should be able to link stuff. Oh yeah, or you could PM me, whatever. I'm glad you have your very own band hammer. Yeah, I don't have link moderation turned on right now. And I figure until that becomes an issue, I'm not going to turn it on, because it's just kind of inconvenient for everybody. Because then, like, you have to ask for permission, and, like, you have to wait for somebody to give it to you. I don't know. As long as people aren't abusing being able to link, I have no problem, you know, keeping it open to people. Haven't had an issue with anybody, like, linking anything inappropriate or anything like that, so. Hopefully it stays that way. That's why this is weird. Bam hammers have a +10 damage buff against non-mods. Oh man, that's true. You're not getting the class bonus. That class bonus will get you. Don't challenge the banhammer, is the moral of the story. Oh no! Are you challenging them, Striker? Is that what's happening? Man, there's been a lot of fighting in this chat today. I feel like this is the second battle that's been waged. What's going on? Maybe I really am the... What was it you guys said? I can't remember now. Master of something something. Master of War? Overlord? That's what it was. Overlord of War. Not a title I crave. Be sporting more like a Harley Quinn mallet. Band swords take advantage of the damage buff as well. Oh dear. That's true, because my moderators don't carry hammers. They carry swords because they have been knighted. Melissa Armadula got sent to the moon. What? Whoops, I think I just unplugged something. I don't know what just happened. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's just very dark in here, so I need to, you know, do what I do. Brighten it up a little. Oh, Cinderella. I like Tamara's Space's website on the Discord. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Where's my water? Ugh, I might need a small break. My eyes hurt so bad. I think part of it's because I was working in the dark for an hour. That was my fault. It's so strange. My camera will probably die if I try to show you, but like above me there's no lighting in this whole apartment except for right behind me in the dining area. It's really weird. I want to show you guys. So there's no, like, here's my wall with all my stuff on it. And there's just nothing. Like, that's the only light in this whole room. Even my living room, there's just nothing. I have to have this lamp stand. Because there's no light fixtures at all. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's just really weird. I've never been in a place that's so dark. Like, I have that light, and then there's one light in the kitchen, like, down that aisle. Like, one little tiny overhead light, and that's it. It's super weird. 1960s, you guys. That's what they did, apparently, when they built this place. Yeah, I thought about, like, stringing up Christmas lights all along here, actually. I don't actually have any. Matt has some that he's not using. I've thought about borrowing them. They're blue and white, though, so the colors would be a little weird. But I've definitely, because, like, that corner over there especially is just so dark. And I only have this one lamp. I don't want to go buy another one. And then I've got this little desk lamp next to me. But that's the only light in here. It's part of why I leave my windows open all the time, is because I just need light. There's no windows over on this side at all. So, yeah, I think, I don't know, some kind of LED lights or maybe Christmas lights would be good. But, yeah, so little light. It's crazy. I just don't want to go, I don't have the money to go buy a bunch of standing lamps, you know, like that. I've had that for a really long time. I really didn't buy very much moving in here. Except my chalkboard wall. I don't know if you guys saw my chalkboard wall. I think I've showed you before, but I like it. Chalkboard wall. Has all my notes and doodles on it. It's fun. And my microwave over there on my TV stand. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, that scared me. Yes. That was scary. I'm really glad that I wasn't on camera just now. Because my eyes would have bugged out of my head. Was not ready. How was dinner?
Good. Finally got it in the oven.
Good. I'm sure it'll be delicious.
For some reason, my meat apparently, even though it's been defrosting all day, decided to still be frozen right in the middle of the hamburger. So then I had to hurt my hands crushing and crumbling it so it was small enough to mix in with all the veggies.
Nice. I'm sure it'll be delicious anyway.
Well, there's no doubt about that. It's just how long is it going to have to bake to get cooked all the way through now?
That's true.
Meatloaf itself normally takes like an hour and a half, so...
Late dinner, perhaps. It happened.
Yeah, it's fine. Husband's not feeling very good anyway, because he's, his new job is he's going overseas and he's gonna work with the Air Force over there in the Middle East to help the soldiers call home and handle all, like, the super secret calls between generals and stuff. But mostly he's gonna be doing the soldiers getting to do video calls home and stuff, but he had to go to CRC today and get like 9 shots, and so he's just really not feeling it tonight.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Going overseas, you gotta be careful. Lots of diseases they have over there that we don't have to deal with in the States.
Well, he's dealt with it before. Like I said, he went, like, in the first 2 years of our marriage, that was the job he had. He was going overseas to, same area, but working for the Army, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh no, are you bartering? Striker, are you bartering for a mod sword? That's not how this works. It could be dangerous. You might not have the stats to swing it properly. That is an excellent point, Amaze. For sure. You gotta work on your agility. And your, what, is there like a perception stat to make sure you know when there's trolls and when there's Not trolls.
We don't have a sword in my server. We call it the band hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, I just felt like being different. I know most places use the band hammer, but that's okay. I think my next sticker set for line is actually going to be a set of moderator stickers. So I'll have like a band hammer and like common things that moderators have to say when they're dealing with chats and stuff, because I'm like a volunteer, kind of a volunteer moderator for a mobile game, and all the people there use line a lot to communicate, and so they've all asked me if I will do that. So I've got another set in the making possibly. Although I don't know, it kind of depends on how well this first set does, whether or not I'm going to spend too much time making more. Because I don't really want to put in, you know, because I mean that took like a lot of work to get that together. Granted, a lot of it was because I did a lot of things wrong and I learned a lot and I had to redo a bunch of stuff. But I don't know. I just don't know if I can justify spending that much time on that kind of stuff if it's, you know, doesn't like I don't get reimbursed in some way. Did you ever did you see that the tax form? I don't know if you saw that at all. That has to be filled out to get more of a percentage online, like for sticker sales to be, since I guess it's a Japanese company, you have to fill out some kind of a tax form to like.
I looked that up actually the other day, like right after you first told me about it, like the next day I looked it up. And I couldn't find a lot of information, even on TurboTax, about that. So
yeah, I couldn't figure anything out either.
I can probably go ahead and reach out to one of my tier 2 experts who are more the tax form experts, because I'm a product expert. I'm more of a tech support expert.
Oh, I see.
But I can reach out to one of them, and they're the full-on like tax experts. They might be able to guide me just to the article I need.
Well, I mean, I found the form. Like, I post the form, I think I linked to the form, or maybe Senna linked to the form. Someone linked to the form on Discord. But, like, it's just, it's hard to figure out because, like, half it's in Japanese and some of the translations are weird, and it doesn't really specify what information you need to provide. I don't know. It's just really weird. She said a friend of hers had, like, gone through the process and they ended up having to pay a whole bunch of money to get it official somehow. I don't know. It was strange. So I'm not even sure if it's, like, worth it, but I just didn't know if you'd ever seen anything like that. But I guess if you don't typically work with the tax itself, it's probably not something you have to deal with constantly.
I mostly work with the program itself. I can guide people to the basic, like, W-2s and all of that, so.
Yeah. It's just weird. So what do you stream, Striker? Are you a gamer? Or do you stream art? Like, what is it that you... And if you do ever start streaming, feel free. There's a stream share channel in my Discord if you ever want to link it. I can't promise I'll make it, but, like, I do try to stop in if I see that, if I'm on when somebody is streaming. But you never know. Someone might be available to hang out.
I was actually just thinking about that story I was telling you about. My first thought was, well, maybe on the days where Casey's not streaming, or like before she starts streaming, if I get off work early enough, I can go ahead and I can stream like an hour or two of me playing my favorite game, Diablo 3, and ask for like some donations and stuff from that. And
I mean, there's a lot of gamers on Twitch.
Stream art without a tablet working, but.
I mean, I think Twitch is more obviously like a gaming place, but I know that there's lots of people who like to hang out and watch people play stuff, so I'd say go for it. I mean, Ryu knows more about that stuff than I do. She's my only game streamer friend. I don't
plan on streaming
I haven't
games.
done it in a while, but I used to for a while, but then I just kind of fell off the face of the earth because that was when I was in the middle of moving, so things just kind of, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure I still have OBS somewhere on my computer. I'm positive I do.
Yeah, you might have to
It's
update
just a
it.
matter of okay.
Because they released a different version, I think, recently, and I had to change my OBS. So it's like OBS Studio now instead of OBS, just like plain OBS. Like, I was having some issues with it. That's... Yeah. At this point, I don't stream anything, but I would stream artwork. Okay. We'll plan on saving gameplay for crazy, epic, or fun highlights. Oh, you have a YouTube channel? I'm trying to get my YouTube channel going. I've had one for years, but I've never done anything with it, really. I need to start recording myself painting again like I used to. Like, I should probably be recording... The problem is I can't record the way I would like to for a YouTube video while I'm streaming. Because I want... Like, the videos I've got are, like, just the artwork. Because I feel like if someone's going to watch a speed paint video, they're going to want to see the artwork. And not me taking up part of the screen. So I've got to figure out... Maybe there's, like, a second recording program I can, like... set up or something. I don't know. Never could get OBS to update for some strange reason. I couldn't either. I can't even remember now what happened, but I had this huge issue with OBS. I had to like uninstall it completely, remove it from my computer, and then re-download it from the website to actually get the new version, even though I was updating it, and it said that it was the right thing. It's very weird. I'm glad somebody else, I mean, I'm not glad, but like it makes me feel less dumb that somebody else also had issues getting OBS to update. Like I've got no...
has the same problem as me. I'm not crazy.
Right, exactly. I feel validated. But yeah, I don't know. It was frustrating.
Have you checked your layers and saved recently?
Yes. I only have 2 layers now, so I should be pretty good. And I consolidated the 3rd layer into the underpainting because I just decided I wasn't ready for an overpainting yet. So this part of this takes so long because I just did these thumbnails. That stuff like something I'm gonna have to change next time I do a project like this because this is taking forever. Just like redrawing all the lines and stuff because I did the thumbnail as such a small resolution that when I blew it up it was just like it's just all wonky.
It seems like it's normally better to just go ahead and start with the larger scale and then move on to the smaller scale, because when you shift it down, it doesn't get all pixelated like that, but when you take something, you know, smaller and make it bigger, that's when you get it all blocky and wonky like that.
Right. Well, and I guess my initial thought is that I would just do what I'm doing now and just take a brush and kind of paint over it, and get, like, the pixels gone, but it's still just taking longer than I had anticipated. Because mostly I was just trying to save on file space because at the time I was having trouble with my computer running, like lagging a lot, and I just didn't want to have a whole bunch of thumbnails and huge files, but it makes more sense to just do it like that. Definitely learned it the hard way this time around, which is fine. I tend to learn things the hard way, unfortunately.
Oh, we can only improve after we make mistakes first.
It's true. Very true.
That was something my dad like repeated to me over years constantly. You made a mistake. Good. Now you learned from it.
It's true. You can't grow without mistakes. Mistakes aren't bad. They're just annoying. I'm not fundamentally against mistakes. I'm just irritated with them when they impede my progress on something. Especially this, because I don't have a whole lot of extra time to spare on this project. Like, I really need to... I kind of gave her a little bit of a discount on the price, and so I don't want to be spending, like, tons of time. I mean, I want to spend enough time to make it look good, obviously. I'm not going to, like, shortchange that. Like, the quality, it just doesn't leave... I'm working on a budget that doesn't leave a lot of room for, like, loads of setbacks for this to take longer than a few months. So
I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah. I don't know. Live and learn. It's not something I can affect now and change now. Just do better next time. some advice if you could give some. I need to get through a few projects first. Okay, hang on one sec. But at some point I want and need to draw more human and anthro-related beings since I've mostly done MLP so far. Should I start with anthro or go crazy? And honestly, if I were you, I wouldn't think of it as drawing something anthro or human. I would just think of it as human anatomy because that's what's going to assist you the most. Really the only, I guess depending on the type of anthropomorphic you want to do, it could vary a little more from human anatomy, but what's really going to help you grow the fastest would just be to just learn human anatomy. Like don't even worry about drawing finished pictures of people yet. Just like open a sketchbook and say, okay, I'm filling this whole sketchbook with practice sketches of human anatomy, and I'm just going to draw skeletons, I'm going to draw muscles, I'm going to draw like poses, I'm going to draw proportions, like I'm going to do close-ups of the hand, I'm going to do close-ups of the foot, you know, just like I would really honestly say just like study that for a while and like fill up a sketchbook with like legit, like do some that are just lines, and then as you get more comfortable start adding value and just practice and practice and practice until you really understand like the form of the human body from a lot of angles. And like and even facial, honestly, even though they're gonna have animal faces when you do that, like learn human facial structures, because then you can, once you know what reality is, you can warp it a lot easier. Whereas like if you start with warped reality, you're gonna have a lot harder time making it look believable because you don't actually know what it's supposed to look like. That's why if you look at any artist that does like cartooning, even if it's really simple cartoons, or like even abstract artists, like people like Picasso, who just do lots of like kind of crazy warped reality stuff, or like the squash and stretch of cartoons. If you look at their actual sketchbooks and their drawings, like they're actually really, really technically talented. Like they know exactly what the human body looks like, they know exactly what the animal looks like. They just take that knowledge and they exaggerate or de-emphasize certain features to get those exaggerated results. And so anyway, you're gonna improve faster if you learn reality first for anything, not just anatomy, but like anything. It'll just help you. It's annoying and frustrating and daunting. Like, don't feel bad if you just don't know where to start. And I definitely have some like websites I can link you to that have great pose references to help you get started with stuff if you want. But yeah, you just got.
Every art book I've ever looked into, you do want to start out with like the stick figures. Like that is the most base of everything. You can set your poses, you can figure out how far apart you need the shoulders to be, where the head goes from there. You just build on it. You use shapes like circles and ovals, and you build up where the arms go and where the ribs go and where the hips go and all that. And then you actually, like, if you're really looking at human anatomy, you figure out, okay, well, this is how this muscle lays here, kind of like this. So then when you go back and like you really see it, you know, okay, this is how this is supposed to be shaped for someone of like this physical body type, or the cheek muscles should go up when their mouth is open, the jaw should be pushed back like this far and stuff. So yeah, you always start with the very basics, doing just like stick figures and poses, then you build with shapes, and then you actually expand on it and go into the detail. And that's the best way to learn anything. Start with human bodies, and then you can even study animal bodies because they have different skeletal structures. And once you really have those bases covered, like you're at least really comfortable with it and you know where everything should be, then you can start trying to like input some of an animal skeletal structure into that of a human form and how that would change. And that's really the best way, especially if you're going to do anthros, you know. But yeah, at least having the human basis to start is a great beginner step, and you want to be able to do those first. And then just, you know, study anything that you really want to draw. Like, Casey does some amazing sea slug dragons. I'm not sure if you looked at that yet on her DA, but we've seen her work on those as well. And we saw the picture references that she had, and she had to like set the skeletal structure on some of them first and then build it up. So any real animal or human that you want to do, that's going to be the best thing to do.
Yeah, I agree. I always tell so like when I was teaching art, I taught younger kids, but we did a lot of like still lifes and learning about actual just technical drawing. And one of the things that I learned when I was taking a drawing class in college that really helped me was to like watch yourself, especially if you're drawing from life. Like if you look at a model, or if you look at like if you draw people in the park, like notice, because that's something I always like to do, is like go to a coffee shop and like secretly sketch people because you learn more drawing from life. But like just watch how often you're actually looking at your paper and how often you're actually looking at the person or the object if you're doing still life. Because the more you look at the object or the person or whatever you're drawing, the more accurate your drawing is going to be. Because if you're just looking at your paper and spending most of your time like drawing here and just glancing occasionally, you're actually drawing from found knowledge that you think the object looks like without actually observing it. So like teaching your eye to observe what you see, whether it's a reference picture or life, is going to be helpful too. Just throwing that out there. 'Cause that really helped me a lot as far as like getting better faster at what I wanted to get better at, is really just being aware of how often I was just drawing what I thought it looked like as opposed to what it actually looked like, and just really being critical with my eye. So anyway, but yeah, feel free to like share if you want to share progress on this journey. Feel free to do so in Discord if you want, and I'm happy to look at that and give tips if you want it, or just look. But I can definitely link you to some places that do really good like timed figure poses that teach you how to like do gesture drawings and learn proportion quickly and learn how to see holistically as opposed to like zooming in on parts of the body. It just helps you get better faster. Maybe I should do that on stream sometime, because I need to do that more anyway. And that'd be something fun. Like people like come sketch with me. Although it definitely probably won't be like kid appropriate, so I might have to put like a warning, because obviously it will be like nude figures. But I don't know if I can do that on Twitch. Actually, I might have to do that elsewhere. I'm sorry?
So Cinna was just saying that they were running for dinner. I was like, okay, Cinna.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see you, Cinna. I'm probably actually gonna be done in like 15 minutes, so I probably will miss you. But thanks for hanging out. Always good to see you. Yeah, I could teach people again. That's actually something I've considered. It's just that I know the time investment involved with being a teacher, and it really is kind of like a lifestyle more than a career. So I've considered maybe being like an adjunct at a community college, you know, teaching a drawing class or something. But yeah, I don't know, it's still kind of scary because it is a time investment. I actually had an opportunity to teach at the college here in town. I live close to the School of Mines here, and there's I know that there's like one drawing class in the whole school, and it's like a drafting class. But I happened to like meet the lady who was the professor there, and she went on maternity leave like 6 months after I moved here. And she was like, hey, if you want, I can put in a good word for, like, they're looking to hire somebody to replace me if you want to do this. Like, you don't need a master's degree to teach here. And like, it was really tempting, because it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if I made the right choice, but I think I did ultimately, because it would have been a distraction. But it's definitely an option, teaching again, for sure. I will be so tired, and I won't want to stream, and I won't get my work done that I want to be doing, and I don't know. My whole purpose in moving up here was to kind of like focus on being an illustrator, and so I'm just afraid that I'll slip back into this habit of like putting 100% into teaching and then just not having any left over for anything else, which is what happened when I was teaching. So I don't know. But I do enjoy it. I do enjoy like talking about art and sharing knowledge with people, and I like learning too, and I think you learn when you're a teacher just as much as you teach. And I do miss being in like an art environment, you know, like being around people who kind of speak the same language as me and like want to talk about that stuff. And I don't know, we'll see. It's in the cards in the future, maybe sometime. But I would like to at least get some illustrating done before I go back to teaching, I guess. I don't know. That's part of why I got my degree, though, is because I knew I could always find work. You know, you always, like, teaching and doctors, like, there's pretty much always going to be a need for that in any society, so I figured it was a solid degree plan to go for.
That's what I want to go back to school for. I'm going to go back to school, and I'm going to get a degree in ultrasound and x-ray technician. It's a fairly quick medical degree that you can get, and it's something that I can use in like any place where we move. Because my husband's job does move us a lot if he chooses a new place, and you know, going overseas is just going to be a temporary thing. It's going to get us a lot of money really quickly to help build our savings back up and stuff. But after that, we might go to New York, we might go to Maryland, we might go to Colorado, we might go to Florida or Seattle. We don't know. It really depends on where his job's going to take us. But as long as I have something that I can do anywhere, I'm good. So
yeah, it's helpful to have like a universal type career option for sure. And yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely striker for sure. It's always helpful to have fun in the process, when especially when people are interested in it. And of course you can include me on that list if you want to. I'm not too picky with, I mean, I don't like withhold friendship. So it's cool, you can include me on that list. I pretty much like, especially if it's like, most of my socializing with online friends happens like during streams, to be honest. Like, I try really hard to be good at social media, but I'm just not yet. Like, I keep forgetting about my Twitter account until it's like stream time, and I'm just like, dang it, I forgot to post on my Twitter, you know, for like 3 days or whatever. And I really need to be better. It's like a second job. Cinna, you're having goose? Really? That's so funny. Have you had it before? I hope you guys enjoy it. I really liked it when we made it. I thought it was really tasty. That's so funny. Well, enjoy your goose, Cinna. That's awesome. Enjoy the delicious dark meats. Hopefully your oven did not catch fire like mine almost did because of all the popping fat.
Resisting the urge so bad to make Duck Duck Goose reference.
I'm still learning how to use Twitter. Yeah, me too, honestly, Striker. I keep telling people, like, if anyone has Twitter, please feel free to poke me on there, because I tend to be better if someone's interacting with me, but, like, if I'm not having a conversation on Twitter, I tend to just, like, forget to post there, ever, which is a problem. So...
have a Twitter, but my husband's gotten so bored while he was out of work until he got this new job that he just started, because, like, you know that I've mentioned a couple times that he goes on Reddit, like, a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you can only, like, make a certain number of posts every day, and he was getting, like, so bored that he never had enough Reddit time to fill it. He made, like, a different account for each day of the week to post as many as he wanted.
Oh my gosh, that's like a lot.
It still wasn't enough. So he turned around and made a Twitter, and he keeps coming to me and going, oh, this person liked me, I got retweeted this many times. I'm like, you were just so bored with nothing to do. It's like, yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm really not into Twitter. It's kind of one of those, like, many social medias as an illustrator. It's kind of a necessary evil, because I do know people who've gotten work on Twitter, and I know that there's, like, art directors that kind of patrol Twitter because it's quick and easy, and they're already on there anyway. And so I feel like I do need a presence there, if I want to be found by, like, a publishing house or something. It's just annoying. I always forget about it, and then, like, sitting down to do social media legit takes me hours. Like, I need to find a faster way to just, like, pre-plan everything and put stuff out there so it'll just post on its own all week, and then that way I can focus the rest of the week and just get my stuff done. But part of the trouble with social media, though, is, like, if you don't interact on there regularly, you're kind of not really part of the community, and that's really where I struggle. So yeah, if anybody has Twitter and they feel like being bored enough to tweet random people, feel free to add me to the random people list if you want. It's a speckled belly that a friend got. A speckled belly goose? I don't even know what that is, but if it's a goose, it's probably mostly dark meat, so I still think it will be delicious. And I hope that you enjoy it. Oh, these curtains. Oh, they're driving me crazy. They look so bad. I need to blur them. I wish there was a better way in Photoshop to blur. I really don't like the blur tool that they have. It's kind of like, it looks cheesy to me. Like, I can always tell when somebody's used it. It's kind of like the dodge tool or the burn tool. Really, I wish there was a better paintbrush type brush I could use. Like a water brush. Ah, this music is so intense. It's like making me nervous.
You are drawing a lady cooking another person, so...
I mean... I don't know if she's cooking... I mean, I guess that's one way to look at it. I didn't think about that. Maybe she is a cannibal. I guess it definitely is implied, huh? I think, like, in my head, I just imagined that she got frustrated with them and just killed them and then went about continuing dinner. Like, there was, like, nothing had happened. But I kind of like the cannibal slant. Yeah.
I've heard some good things about it, but I mostly stick with the paint tool side. I like that one a lot, but my stuff is definitely more cartoony. I mean, I can do like really realistic stuff as well. I just haven't really gotten the chance to. Like, people have seen the My Little Pony cartoon stuff I've done and some of the more unique cartoon stuff I've done, and then that's all they ask me to do. Like, nobody actually goes out of their way to ask me to do like a realistic at all.
Yeah.
I apologize that my chihuahua is losing his mind in the background.
That's okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you have to be careful about what you post online because of that, to be honest. Because it is really easy to get pigeonholed, especially if you become known for something. Like, that's kind of what happened to me, too, with, like... I mean, I like drawing dragons and stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's just, like, because that's what people have found me for, like, that's what I typically get random commissions for, which is okay, but it also doesn't help me increase my skill set as much. So I kind of have to temper the number of commissions I will take as on that route. Like, that's part of why I really like this project, is because it gives me an opportunity to stretch some other muscles. Because there aren't a lot of, like, creatures. Like, this is mostly a very human story that's being told, and it's, you know, it's exciting to do something a little different for once. But, yeah, it's definitely easy. I can relate to that for sure. And it's really easy, too, because you get like, you try to branch out a little bit and do something different, but the people who are following you aren't following you for those things, and so those pictures tend not to be very popular in the beginning until you get better at them. And so it's hard to feel motivated, I find sometimes, to keep going when you're not getting a lot of feedback. But
Oh, the chihuahua is singing the song of his people now.
I hear that. Funnily enough, the smudge tool is one of my favorite tools. Yeah, I mean, different programs do it better, though. Like, I really love the water brush smudge in Open Canvas. Just the one in Photoshop, I feel like, is so cheesy looking. I think it's gotten better. Like, it used to be way worse and way more obvious in other earlier versions of Photoshop, but it's still, to me, like, pretty noticeable. And I don't like, I don't know. I think maybe I've just been around too many art people who pay attention to stuff like that, but I've got friends who will be like, oh, you can totally tell that they use the whatever tool here, and it's just like, oh man, I never want somebody to, like, say that about my piece. Like, I want them to be like, oh, look at this painting, not, oh, look at that use of the smudge tool. So, I don't know. That could be part of it. Okay, well, I feel like I've made some decent progress on her anyway today. I still need to do this whole section.
Alright, you've gotten a lot done. It looks really, really good so far.
Thanks. I mean, I've spent a lot of time today on just her, though. Like, which is good. I mean, she is the focal point. I gotta work on the lighting. The lighting is not to my satisfaction, but... Also, I think I'm gonna...
I think the curtains actually still look really good. I know you're getting a little irritated with the blur tool and all that. But it really doesn't look that bad. It's pretty good as it is.
Oh. Well, I mean, no. I haven't...
Work on is I want to see how you change those flowers.
Yeah, I know.
I can't quite tell what those are.
Yeah, I think one of them is a tulip. I don't know. They're just squiggles. No, I mean, I haven't used the blur tool. I try really hard to just I use one paintbrush basically for every painting. I try to stick, even with the line work, like all of my lines have been done with this brush, just really small. So like, it's like got this nice kind of like textured paint look to it, so it helps make everything look more, that's just something I prefer. Like I want my paintings to look like paintings. So I try to find these like textured brushes. I just really like the way this one, I just like the way this one works. But it's not as good for line work, and so some of my line work does look a little choppy. But I really like the painting texture. Like I love that it kind of looks like it was done with like a chalk pastel. I don't know. It just appeals to me for now. That aesthetic will change because that hasn't always been that way. But no, I don't use any tools usually. Like I literally just adjust the opacity on this when I need to blend, and then I just do the annoying like, oh, 1 million layers of this to get this lighter at a low opacity. And it drives me crazy. It's like one of my biggest pet peeves with Photoshop is that there isn't a good like watercolor brush that I can just do that easily with. I have to like sit here and just like tap away. It's so annoying. But I mean, it works, I guess. It's just long. Ooh, I should add you to my list of artists to commission. It's currently, oh wow. I mean, yeah, if you want, I need to get a rate sheet up. I've never really had a rate sheet before, but I've been getting a lot more requests for commissions lately, so I probably need to actually like sit down and make one someday. But yeah, feel free.
That was why I was so freaked out with my tablet. I mean, like, one person paid me $140 for 4 pieces right now, and they're gonna pay me for another 4 pieces after they get the other half of the money together. I've got another $35 for a really, really good friend that I just need to finish. Like, I've just been a little procrastinating on finishing all the line art and coloring because there's a lot on this picture. And then I have a new commission, which is for, as I mentioned, a book cover of this lady who just beat the heck out of a dragon. And that's why I was going, I don't have my tablet, I can't work on any of these. And then my friend Josh was like, hey, I want you to come work for me and do my art for these things and all that. And it's like,
yeah, that's...
I can't do it anymore. That stuff doesn't work.
No, that's super awesome that he did that for you. Very cool. Oh man. Okay guys, I think my eyes have about hit their limit tonight. Ideally I would like to draw longer on these streams, to be honest, but it drains me so much to be staring at a screen all day like this. So I think I'm about done for the evening. Why is this color? Man, I think that's so funny. Look how dark this gray looks down here, but it's actually like lighter than the gray I have up here. It's so weird. Like, you just never would even... Lighting is so funny. Anyway, sorry. I just had to marvel for a second. I'm done. But yeah, I'm probably gonna finish these wrinkles here and be done for the evening. Go rest my brain.
Have more snackage?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's kind of late, actually. I probably won't. Because if I eat too much too late, I feel like horribly gross in the morning. Especially since I get up at 5 to go work out. Like, running after eating too late is like the worst feeling. So I actually really try not to eat past like 6 or 7. Ideally 6, but usually when I'm streaming I get really hungry about 7, so I've been snacking. But 8 o'clock is too late for me, I've found. Alright guys, well, this is, wow, this side looks like super done, and this side looks super not, so there you go. You can see me slowly working across the picture. But I think I am done for the night.
Go rest.
Ah, thanks. Thanks for the reminders to save. Oh, I need to close this. Yeah, thanks, Amaze. Yes, I'm hitting save. Oh, I see, I already did it. It's grayed out, so I can't even do it. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for hanging out with me, everybody. And hopefully I will see you guys around. Yeah, have a great rest of your week. I'll be streaming again for those of you watching later on recorded video. I'll be streaming on Friday and Saturday at the same time, and possibly sometimes in the interim on Twitch. I'm really feeling maybe just trying to do that so I can play my own music. And so those will not be on YouTube, but they should be on Picardo. and Twitch. So, anyway, you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!